Welcome SRA Nation, welcome to Sim Racing Alliance GT3 Main Series Season 16.
It's going to be a wonderful race here tonight. We got some great action here.
He's gonna look on the inside. He's gonna dive. There's a Mercedes. Oh no!
I mean, these two drivers side by side, it's not going to be, it's exactly what you want to see behind you. Spins his wheels, and that's going to be prime time attacking opportunity.
Oh, and he's going to try to stick it inside.
Oh, no contact. Oh my god!
And we're off and away for SRA.
Cool.
Hello, SRA Nation. Welcome back to Division 5. We are at round 4 of Season 17. I am Trey Morgan, and I'm joined by Sean Paul. Sean, how are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. I am ready to get back in the thick of it. We are in the swing of things, full send. Here we go. I guess now, after the weekend's practice races and the practice race last night, all I can say is, let's get the show on the road. Let's party.
And this will be quite a show. We are nearing the halfway point of the season. Last week we saw an absolute amazing race in Barcelona, but this week we are staying in Europe but leaving the Iberian Peninsula to Zolder in Belgium. Zolder is a really fun track. It's a lot shorter than other tracks, and it's that we've raced at this season, and it's also very tight. This is going to be the first real challenge, I think, for our drivers, not only because it's such a tight track, but also because it's a night race. We're going to be qualifying right at sundown, and then the race is going to happen, I think, at 10 o'clock or somewhere close to midnight, but it's going to be dark and it's going to be fun. Sector 1 is fairly simple. No really hard braking zones. You're in at least gear 3 for every single corner, but turn 4 is really hard just because you have to brake very lightly and then get back on the throttle for turn 5, or for the exit of turn 4 onto the, what I'll say, the first good overtaking zone, probably, assuming no mistakes, which is turn 5. Turn 5 is a very hard braking zone. Very bold assumption, because there's not really many good places to overtake at this track, but in my mind it's the easiest to make an overtake at if you're able to get side by side, just because of how turn 5 works. It's a chicane. It's a hard chicane with some very heavy curbing. Sean, sorry, Jeremy, wife is in the chat, I think, but Sean, I know that I've had issues with turn 5 and how hard a chicane it is. How about you?
Yeah, it's been a tough one trying to figure it out. I honestly, I get it right maybe 1 out of 10 times, and even then I don't know what I do different from one go at it to the other. So yeah, pray for our drivers, pray for everybody on track right now to try and figure that one out as they're going, because if anybody's like me, like it's truly an enigma wrapped in a mystery. I don't understand it, but I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah, so turn 5, like we were saying, is one of the harder zones, harder areas of the track. Turn 6, it should be a flat-out left-hander, and then turn 7 is another chicane, but it's a zigzag chicane, so the old Singapore sling, if anyone knows what that is from the old F1 track layout in the Singapore GP, it's kind of similar to that in how tight it is. It's a right, left, right, which sets up another flat-out corner in turn 8, and then we have one of, I think, probably the slowest point in the track in turn 9. It's about a 120-degree corner, very slow. Depending on the car, you will get down into first gear. I know that in the Nissan, you technically can get into first gear, but I prefer it in second. Turn 10 is just a little quick chicane, nothing too big there. And then turn 11, which is technically 2 corners. I don't really get how they corner this track, because like half these corners are 3
pretty
corners.
random.
But yeah, turn 11, another hard braking zone, not quite as slow as turn 9, but is another good overtaking zone for our drivers if they can get alongside, because like I said, it's a tight track, so if you are ahead at the apex, you should be able to control the corner all the way through. Sean, we already talked about turn 5, but is there anywhere else that you think our drivers are going to have issues with tonight?
I guess backing up for half a second, you were talking about the gearing a little bit, and it's so interesting because I find myself constantly shifting down to first, even though I know a lot of people stay in second through a lot. But I'm in 5, 7, 9, 11. I'm going all the way down to first for all those, and then kind of short shifting up when I maybe trying to fight the traction bleeding edge. But I don't think that's the right way to do it. I need to like concentrate a little bit more on trying to ride that out. But other corners, no, I mean you called the most of it. It's going to be interesting. Obviously it's dark, it's at night, there's lots of crazy cornering and curbs everywhere, and you need specific setups, and it's cold as well, obviously. So tire is going to be interesting, tire wear, tire warm up. That's what else can you say, really?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun track. It's a lot more fun in hot lapping, I think, than actual racing, and we will get some hot lapping done in qualifying. But first we're going to go over our driver standings. So actually, every single one of our D5 race winners so far this season have been promoted to other divisions. So last week we had Paolo Reese and Christian Dirksen battling it out for the win, and they both got promoted from D5 to D4. So our current P1 and P2 drivers are Brad Bertram and Brad Morath. So the two Brads there up the very front. They're separated by 3 points. However, Brad Morath has more drop points. He has 37 compared to 0 for Bertram. So despite Morath being second overall in the standings, I think he has a better shot, or I think he's in a better position race wise, just because if they both mess up, Morath will have more of a cushion than Bertram will.
Sure. And that's so interesting that the two Brads, both racing Mustangs, but on different teams, are at the top. That's fascinating.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, yeah. P3 in the gold standings is Matthew Bowden, who's been doing very nice in the Porsche. P4 is Daniel Beckstead, and P5 is Dick Zipperburn Sr., who's been doing very well, just had, I'm not going to say consistency issues, because some of those have been other drivers hitting him, causing those consistency issues, but he's still been doing really good. Joshua Hooker is P6, Alan Leung is P7, Joey Van Winkle P8, Ian Gilchrist P9, and Max Yang P10 overall. And you will notice that some of the drivers from last week have changed their division split. So there's some gold drivers who were silver drivers. But to go over the silver drivers really quickly, we have Alejandro Guarin in P1, P14 overall, Daniel Roberts in P16 overall, but P2 in the silver, and then Quinn Jitter P17 overall, P3 in silver. Sean, is there anyone that you think is going to be doing really good here today?
I'm not sure. I flip a coin, because there's so much of it depends on how much track time they've put in, how familiar they are, and like you said, not only hot lapping, but what's it like to race here at night. It's going to be tricky. So no, your guess is as good as mine right now.
All right, so
and there's been a lot of shifting, like you were talking about there, divisional and gold, silver. So we'll see.
That is very true. And then really quickly, we're going to go over the team standings. So top of the bell curve racing is P1 with Brad Morath and Dick Zipperburn Sr. I think they have a really good chance to do well here today, specifically because of their car. The turn 5 chicane is essentially just a matter of how well can you take those curbs, and the Mustang can eat curbs like they're not even there. So I expect they'll do really well here. P2 overall is high on PSI with Joshua Hooker and Danny Scarborough. The 296 isn't really all that good with curbs, if I'm remembering correctly. It's not the worst. I think the McLaren beats them out in how bad it is, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so TC8 Racing Team 1 is P3 overall with Alejandro Guarin and Ian Gilchrist. P4 is Baguette's Racing Team with Matthew Bowden and Clement Laurier. And P5 overall is 617 Racing with Shane Sullivan and Joey Van Winkle. Yeah, so we've got a lot of good racing here. It does look like top of the bell curve kind of is starting to pull away, especially with most of the top competition having been moved up to other divisions. So if a driver starts doing really good now, I'm not going to say that anyone was sandbagging, but if they start to get more confident in their driving ability in this last part of the season, it'll be very easy for them to kind of pull away from the rest of the pack. I don't know if I expect that to happen, but it's not impossible.
Certainly.
And then just quickly looking at our hot stint times, if I can find my cursor. Danny Scarborough is topping both the hot lap time and the hot stint time. So I'm expecting him to do really good here today. Stefan Pellerin is also looking really good, being second overall in the hot stint and hot lap leaderboards. Daniel Builes and Dick Zipperburn Sr. I think could do really well in qualifying, but they don't have hot stint times put down, so I'm not sure how well they'll do in the actual race. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But
true, I know I've seen a couple of those guys in some of the practice races and last night's practice. So, yeah, they might not have the stint times, but a lot of them have been putting down the laps. It just hasn't been recorded, so worth keeping an eye out.
Yep. And for the first time in a while, anyways, we will actually get to watch the start of silver qualifying. For the moment, we are going to be waiting here as a couple cars do their laps. Let's see if I can.
Oh, yeah, they should be. Just FYI, you guys should return to the garage if you watch this back. 112, 111. There we go.
Well, they got
All
forced
right.
back, so we are good.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that at some tracks, they'll let you do like a lap around just to do a pit lane test, but that is not the case here at Zolder.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, and I just meant, like, it's great. Free practice was, I think, 3.5, 4 minutes. Totally great. Get some lap time in. But, yeah, it's not ideal when you are holding everybody else up from it shifting over.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this race goes. Speaking of the pit lane, we are moving out of the pit lane now with... who's in first? I can't tell. Savard.
That's on second.
Savard is out first for the start of qualifying, and the pit lane here is a little interesting. So the entry of the pit lane is similar to the Canadian Grand Prix in F1, in that in the second to last corner, or which is the chicane here, it's straight on from there. So if you're trying to pit and someone is right in front of you, you have to slow down more than you would actually want to in order to enter the pit lane. And then the exit is also really sharp. It's on the inside of turn 2, and you have to go really slow through it, or else you will wash wide and get penalized. Speaking of possible penalties, I don't really expect anything to happen there, but Savard went.
That was a little
off.
awkward.
Yeah, I think
just
they
on the
were trying to...
out lap.
Yeah, so no issues there with people getting impeded, so shouldn't be any penalties for that, but it was a little interesting. I can't see who we have in the pit. We are on board in the pit with someone.
Yeah, sorry, I had to restart race control, but we are back. I'm on with Laurier right now, but I was gonna head up. If you're gonna be on 12 Scarborough,
It's
I'll
Gray.
head on
P16.
Oh, sorry, 112. Yeah.
You are fine. Yeah, we are starting our first flying laps here in silver with Gray in this gold Mercedes. Starting off there in the pit, we're going to be on board. We are going through turn 2 now. Turn 2, you have to brake while you're turning, so it's a little bit interesting to get right sometimes. But clean through there, and then this is turn 4. What we were talking about was a little interesting. There's a yellow flag. I think that's what the pip is looking
waiting for it to go. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm not sure why, but there we go.
So maybe waiting for a little bit of space there. But this that we went on board with, I believe that's Savard there in the pip.
Yep, right
that
behind.
We're on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the massive curbs on the chicane of turn 5 and why it's so challenging. Just because of how annoying it is sometimes to try and get that right. And if you get it wrong, you can get it very wrong, and you will get sent all the way into the curbs. Also, I realized I forgot to up my ACC volume. So I want you guys to be able to actually hear the engines. There we go.
Yeah, if anybody's watching the chat, let us know how everything's looking. Sound check's always good. We'd love to hear the feedback.
Yep. Yeah, I know that Jeremy Rand's wife is currently in the chat right now, so we will be cheering him on when he goes to qualify for gold. I know that he was talking about how his wife was going to pull out the popcorn for this because of how chaotic it might be, which very much makes sense for this. But it should be a fun race overall, hopefully.
Please do share, Elizabeth. I would love some popcorn for this one. I'm a little hungry, actually. I should have a snack before. Now you got me thinking.
I think
mouth watering.
I may.
We have a pop. This is totally aside, but we have a popcorn machine from the 70s. I think that was my wife's parents when she was growing up. It makes the best popcorn of all time. No burnt kernels. You plug it in, it spins and gets hot, and it's phenomenal, man. I don't know what happened to the new tech, but the old tech sometimes, man, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. So, quick look at our times overall right now. Gray has a 131.007. Builes has a 131.697, which just got beat by Whitwam with a 131.637, also in a Mercedes. And then we've got a couple of times in the 33s and 34s for Laurier and you. I expect those times to get better, and they are getting better already, with Whitwam and Builes both about a second up on their best times.
Yeah, Builes is soaring right now.
Oh, Whitwam went wide there at turn 4, so that is the issue with turn 4s. If you don't brake enough, you can have a lot of issues with running wide, and you will lose so much lap time just because you can't get any traction going down the straight between turn 4 and 5. But yeah, so Builes currently has taken provisional pole with a 130.712. So a very nice job for them. You improved on their time, so we all now are below 133. So I'm not going to say the worst time, but the slowest time so far is a 132.7. Boys in this Beamer here managed to get a 130.9 on his first valid lap. There's a yellow flag for you, and I believe that's shown in the pip going wide there in turn 4. At least I think that's turn 4. That might be one of the other corners. I'm not sure.
Oh, at 60, going 6. I restarted race control. It's going 60 seconds back. So, we'll I guess I don't know. It didn't even show it, but I maybe here RTD. But
probably hit the wrong button on accident because I know that there's like 4 or 5 different replay buttons.
It defaults to 60. I like 20 seconds back for 15 seconds. That's usually what I do.
Interesting.
All right, so let's go. Who's up a bunch right now? Whitwam.
Yeah, Whitwam.
8/10.
Yeah, Whitwam's improving a lot. Laurier is going to come across the line here in just a moment, improve by about 3.5 tenths. Doesn't improve their position, but does improve their time to a 132.1. Yeah, and then Whitwam here, I'm going to go on board here for the last little bit of this lap. Losing a little bit of time there to understeer through turn...
You cursed him. You cursed him, man.
I did.
He was doing great. So you literally said, I'm going to go on board. He's regaining a little bit. Pull it together, man. Don't let Trey get in your head.
So you'll be fine. Just hit your braking point. Yeah, much better braking point there. Very nice job on the curbs. As long as he keeps it together here through the final corner, he does. He's going to gain about 4.5 tenths to not pole, but very close with a 130.3. So very nice job there. And our drivers...
Just replaying a bit of a Savard incident going through the second chicane there.
Nice job to stay out of the curbing there. There's also a yellow flag for boys. I'm going to quickly show that here in the main screen. I think this was part of that curb deletion that we talked about through turn 5. Yes, it was.
It just gets you sometimes, man. I don't understand why Sometimes you just cruise through it, and other times it spins you right around.
Yeah, it is a very fickle mistress.
Yeah, that's right. Feels like you're on a bucking bronco.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Laurier is on a really good lap. They just finished their lap, and they went all the way up to P3 with a 130.6. So very nice job there. All of our drivers have time for at least one more lap, as their time ends at 10 minutes 30. So everyone should have enough time for the lap they're on, plus one more, unless something crazy happens. Whitwam currently improving. They are on the back straight now, so I think I'm safer to hop on board with them.
Bit of an incident for Savard. Let's just take a look and see which corner got him.
I said I was
It's gonna be
safe, and
that
he
5.
lost 2/10.
You did. Here's Ghost.
I'm so sorry, Whitwam. Please blame me.
Oh.
And yeah, so I don't know if he's done, because he technically had enough time to get back around to start another lap, but I don't think he does any more. Gray is currently improving by about 2/10. And they come across the line for a 130 flat, so very nice job there. And then, who is that coming through? That is Builes. Onto the main straight there in the pip.
3/10 up. Takes P3.
Very nice job there with a 130.3. So we've got a couple other improvers. I don't know who this is. Bruce McLaren. I don't think we've seen him yet this season, but he is currently improving by a lot. I don't know if he had an issue on his first timed lap or what. I know that we've had a couple new drivers get into the league recently, so this could be one of those drivers. I'm honestly not quite sure.
Yeah, they may have let a couple people in. I think signups usually close after week 3. Is that right?
I believe that's correct.
But if you make a good use case, and I think we're a pretty welcoming group here.
Yeah, if you
come on in.
If you get enough, if you're able to plead hard enough, they will probably let you in after week 3. But yeah.
Maybe add a tear to the face.
We have Builes, Whitwam, and Gray are our last drivers out on track. They're not really improving all of that much, and Builes just pulls off to the side. Gray doing a pit lane, and so is Whitwam. So that is it for our silver drivers. Was Whitwam... I just realized, is Whitwam mislabeled in the thing? Maybe he just didn't know that he got promoted to gold.
Quite possible.
Yeah, I don't think that's a major issue. I know that silvers qualifying with the golds can be an issue because normally there's a much bigger pace difference, and also you allegedly
he
get
is gold now.
Yes, and you
or
get
I don't know
a better
if he
track.
I don't know if he used. Yeah, I don't know if he didn't used to be, but you're right. Yeah, it's not a huge deal going the other way around.
Yeah, so he'll probably get a stern talking to, but that'll be the worst of it. Ian Gilchrist is the lead driver out on track, and I'm going to go on board with him for a full lap this time once we get around to the start-finish line. Yeah, so you said that you had done the practice race yesterday. How were those races going? Because I know that at this track it can be very argy-bargy very quickly.
You weren't there?
No, I was busy, unfortunately.
Okay, it was a show for sure. I mean, I had an amazing moment actually. Lap 1, turn 2, where the Red Sea parted before me, and 5 cars got into a contact and just split off into the left and the right, and I was able to soar through. And I did great. My race was actually really good. I think I finished P4. So I didn't have any major issues, but if you watch the replay, there are issues, and talking, I did the driver briefing afterwards. It was issue after issue after issue after incident after contact. There was the first lap was insane. So now the practice races are a little different, and people are a little more loosey-goosey, feeling a little more free. There's no stewarding really, unless you just obviously crazy bad, but it's it'll and you have we had what was that D3 basically racing with D5, so you get that kind of mixed match. But yeah, it was not great. It was entertaining, I'll say, but that's about what we'll say.
So a good watch, but maybe not that fun to race in. But yeah, I can definitely attest to that. There, in the fun races and the practice races that we do on Monday and then on the weekends, people are very much more aggressive because they know it doesn't matter that much, and they're not gonna lose a whole bunch of points if they mess it up in the practice races. So if nothing else, I think they just try and experiment a little bit more with what they can get away with. But Ian Gilchrist is about to cross the line for our first valid lap. And it is a valid lap up to P6 with a 131.6, with a few drivers going right around them. Van Winkle getting to a provisional P6, with Stefan Pellerin getting to a provisional P7. And a lot of these drivers are already improving. Dick Zipperburn Sr. Getting a provisional P12. But yeah, it should be fun. I am a little concerned about how D5 might handle a night race. Mostly just because they might not have any experience in racing at night. So
yeah, it's definitely not something you go out and look for races that are at night. Nor would you ever really see any in like a public lobby or anything. So yeah, you get into these situations in these the league setting, and I definitely remember my first night race and my first rain race because they're just not things that you're ever accustomed to, even if you've been racing for a couple seasons or years elsewhere. How often are you really put in that situation? So it definitely does test multiple fronts. It'll be interesting. Obviously, people have hopefully had a couple days now to prepare for it, but you're right. It's a test of one's adaptability and willpower and concentration. Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, so it'll be.
Gilchrist comes across P4.
Very nice job there.
30.49. Not bad. Yep.
Also, Whitwell
I think there's still room for the.
Whitwell is back out qualifying.
Oh. Well.
So I'm not sure what's going on with him. He may have realized he qualified in the wrong one and is going back out, but I don't know.
That's a no-no. Earlier I was that's not a problem, but yeah, if he's gonna try and put down in laps, somebody might want to let him know if they're watching.
Yeah, not quite sure why. It could just be a miscommunication, but yeah, that'll unfortunately.
It is all new. It's all new. D5, you know, like a lot of these people, you're not putting this. You know, this is a wide variety of backgrounds and skill levels and track time experience. So
yeah, so won't hold it against him too much, but I will make fun of him for it. Because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do sometimes.
We can all laugh about it afterwards. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Alan Leung comes across the line with a 1 second improvement up to a 132.3. There's a few other drivers improving by a good bit. Yang is improving by about 9/10 of a second. Coming through Sector 2.
See how he does here. He's up a second. That puts him at 30.6, but he's up 1.2 already, so we'll see here. He's on a hot lap for sure. Oh, did he just invalidate though? I think he did.
Yeah, it looks like he's invalidated, so he will at least show that he can improve on his lap time in the future. So he's proven to himself he can go faster, but not able to do anything with it at the moment. Hopkins is also improving by about 6/10 of a second, which looks to be very nice. Coming through the last set of corners now, coming into the final chicane. Currently up 8/10. It'll all depend on the exit of this corner, though. It looks like he's improving just a little bit on that exit, so it might be closer to 9/10. That would put him up into about P5, I think. Exactly P5. There you go.
You called it. Yep, nicely done.
So there we go. But I'm a little interested in Scarborough. So Scarborough down here in P11 is there's a yellow flag for Beckstead. I think he was just letting somebody by, though. Scarborough is over a second off on his personal best time of a 1:29.3. So I'm not sure if he's just having issues with traffic. I know that there's a car right ahead of him. I'm not sure who that is, but he definitely has a lot more time that he can find in this lap. So it's just a matter of, can he find it in the next couple laps?
Now. Yeah, this lap's been gaining. We'll see what happens here, but he's working for it.
Yeah. Coming through the last corner, braking a little bit late, which not exactly what you want for a good exit, and he's going to lose a couple tenths here. He still will improve to about P8 or so, P7. So not bad by any means, but definitely still a good chunk off of where he should be in my mind. Hopkins is on another invalid lap, or is on an invalid lap currently, so he has, I think, one more lap before he's able, or before he really has to. No, yeah, so he is on his last lap. So any drivers who are currently out there are on their last lap. Stefan Pellerin, I missed it, but he is on pole position now with a 130 flat, only just over 30 or 300s, excuse me, clear of Gray's best time.
Yeah, that's really close, man. I don't know how we missed that, but that is a good competition right there.
It's a very nice job there. Hopkins is improving, but I'm not going to hop onto him yet, just because I don't want to jinx him. Van Winkle is currently improving, but they're on an invalid lap, and I don't know if they'll get back around. Jeremy Ran is off into the grass. I'm going to quickly pull up what happened. Oh, so he went deep into, I honestly don't know which corner that is, but he went deep into one of the corners and was not able to recover. Scarborough comes across the line with a 130.1. So very nice job there. Still a long ways off his personal best, but he does get to P3. Stefan Pellerin doesn't really have many challengers for pole, but he is trying to improve his lap time. He is up by a lot through only the first sector. As I say that, Hopkins comes across the line with a provisional P1 as we are done with qualifying, or at least we are at time, so drivers just have to finish their laps. Stefan Pellerin still coming through the last couple corners. He's beginning sector 3. He's lost a lot of the time that he gained. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but he's gonna really have to pull an amazing third sector if he wants to get that provisional pole back.
Well, got P3 there.
Yeah, so good job in improving, although unfortunately I'm not sure what the stewards will have to say about his improvement. Stefan Pellerin not able to improve on his time, so that is it. He is P2. Provisional P2. Beckstead is improving by about 0.3 of a second at this point, so doing a very nice job there.
Which is significant. These margins are pretty close.
Yeah, what is the camera doing? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's all going to come down to this last corner here, whether or not he's able to get into provisional pole or just stuck with P2. He does a great job there braking, maybe a little too much curb as he loses some time on the exit, so will only improve maybe to P6 or so. Yeah, so only improves to P6, but still a nice improvement. Hopkins, though,
look how close those times are. Oh my goodness.
Jeez. Whitwell and Sullivan have an exact time of a 130.025, so amazing job there. And then Stefan Pellerin not too far ahead of them. But Hopkins with pole. We will go ahead and do a grid walk shortly, but first we're going to get a word from our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
All right, we are back watching this grid as they are about to pull away, while also getting some amazing livery shots there in the picture. Thanks to Sean for doing that. But we are going to quickly do our grid walk. So it's a shorter grid than normal, only about 20 cars. Hopkins in P1, Bruce Hopkins, with an amazing stint to clear the field by about 3.5 tenths of a second. Stefan Pellerin in P2 in that AMR V8 Vantage. Looks and sounds amazing, and I know my brother would like it because it's orange. And then in P3 and P4 we have Jason Whitwam and Shane Sullivan. They both had the exact same times. I don't remember what they were. I know they were almost 4 tenths back, but either way, exactly the same time, so it'll be interesting to see how they stack up when they're actually racing. P5 is Lenu Gray in the Mercedes there, and then we have our first Ferrari in Daniel Beckstead in P6. P7 is Danny Scarborough, who's the fastest in the practice times, but I don't know how he'll do today. We'll have to see if he has that consistency. Ian Gilchrist is in P8, who I believe... No, we have one more Ferrari to go after that. Daniel Builez in our first McLaren, looking to do pretty good, but will really not have a good time here at turn 5, just due to how the car gets affected by curbs. P10 is Dick Zipperburn Sr., currently in the lead for the team championship with Brad Bertram, or one of the Brads, who's not here today. Interesting. P11 is Kyle Boyes. P12 is Alan Leung. P13 is Clement Laurier. P14 is Joey Van Winkle. P15 is Max Yang. P16 is Jeremy Ryan with family in the crowd, so we're looking for him to do good today. P17 is Denny Savard, who still is having livery issues, unfortunately, but I will take the blame for that because it's probably my fault. In P18 we have Jason Yu.
Zipperburn Sr.? Was he working for you?
Yeah.
I just saw black. It was
Zipperburn Sr. is working fine for me. I'll come back to him in a moment. Okay. Yeah. Then we have Bruce McLaren, who I believe is a new driver for D5, but I could be wrong. Then Quinn Jetter comes in last. He is now teammateless after his teammate went up a division. But yeah, to quickly look at Dick Zipperburn Sr., yeah, it is a red Mustang.
Okay.
So, could just be weird things happening. But anyway, we are almost ready to start this race. We have 20 drivers looking to try and avoid the chaos that this lap will bring. We're going to go ahead and watch as hopefully some of these drivers get back into their positions. I'm really hoping we don't have a grid penalty for anyone because it's looking really backed up. But we are green. There are no drive-through penalties, so we are good to go. Stefan Pellerin, though, got a horrible launch Jason Whitlam here going around the outside of Bruce Hopkins, looking to get that P1. He will not dive into turn 2. Probably the safest bet, but Stefan Pellerin really the loser out of all that for turn 1. There's a couple other changes back here with Ian Gilchrist and Scarborough swapping positions, but I'm going to keep an eye up here on Sullivan, who is right behind Whitlam, and Hopkins I don't think got the best launch out of turn 4. It won't be close enough for anything. There is a yellow flag back here for you. Are you able to pull that up in the pip? Or,
you got it.
Yep. Yeah, because we are have a three-way battle here at the very front. Stefan Pellerin getting back past Whitlam and Sullivan. Will he make a dive for the inside? Ooh. So he just about holds on. Sullivan goes a little bit wide, but make sure to not gain any advantage. There's another yellow flag between Leung and Boys.
Yep, I'm going to watch that too. You just had a bit of an issue around that turn 3, lost it himself, did not make any contact with anybody, nor his car is damaged, so he'll be getting back on.
All right,
boys. Ooh, I kind of missed it, but
yeah, a little bit of a checkup there.
Yeah, checkup. Yep.
Yeah, so accordion effects in effect, as I would say. But yeah, so fairly clean overall. Unfortunate for you, there's another yellow flag moment. Oh my word, we are completely stopped here in turn 11. I will quickly replay what happened here because I'm not quite sure. I'm missing the driver who caught, or the issue. I think it was Van Winkle.
So I just watched, Van Winkle and Yang collide and then get moving again. Won't say for sure what. Yeah, it was hard to tell from the perspective.
Yeah. So
who was at fault there?
Yeah.
So we'll just let that one slide.
Yeah. Either way, a late move, maybe not seen by the driver in front. Very unfortunate, but they all look to be going forward again. So happy there. Boys is right behind Savard, but not looking to do anything into that corner as Savard goes off. I can't click on him fast enough. Unfortunately, our first major victim of turn 5.
Yep, I'll have it pulled up here.
All right.
Savard with Boise behind. Boys. Oh, yep, and just caught the curve wrong and not pointing in quite the right direction.
Yeah, that second curve is brutal.
It looks like he must have held his brakes because waited for the rejoin because he is now in last, or I guess U is behind him somehow, but oh yeah, there goes last place. We'll keep an eye on him as the race progresses though.
Yeah, it's really hard to save it if you hit that first curve too hard because the way it bounces, I don't know if there's any way in the suspension setups to really fix that. As Gray goes a little bit wide there through turn 1, he loses the position to Gilchrist. No damage from what I can see. Leung also got past Laurier. I think Laurier went off into the grass as well, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, Gray loses another position to Beckstead up the inside in turn 3. And it looks like he might be losing another here to Scarborough. I'm going to quickly go on board here as we go into turn 5. I don't think Scarborough's close enough to try anything, and he is not. So he will hold on for at least another lap. Yeah, him backing off did let Builes get right behind Scarborough. Ooh, my word.
Ooh, that was close.
That was very close. Good job to avoid the contact there between Scarborough and Builes. Most of our drivers had kind of spread out a little bit, with Scarborough and Gray being our closest battle, so we will keep an eye on them for the moment. Hopkins has kept his P1 position. Stefan Pellerin got his P2 position back after a very odd start to the race. I believe that's... Oh no, Jeremy ran! Oh, I'm gonna quickly replay what happened to him.
Yeah, you do that. I'm on Whitlam. He's eyeing up Sullivan, but no move yet.
Oh, so Jeremy ran. Maybe looked like he just went off a little early. There's a yellow flag for Kyle Boys. I will replay that here. Looks like he may have just had issues coming through the last corner. Yeah, so he hit the first Turn 11-1 a little too hard. Managed to keep it out of the barriers, so don't look like too big of an issue, but still rather unfortunate. And then looking out front, Sullivan and Whitwam had swapped positions after the fun of lap 1. Whitwam trying to get back at Sullivan, but not really able to. I don't think that Mercedes does well over the curbs, or maybe he's just being a little cautious through turn 5, trying to make sure that he doesn't end up like some of the other drivers we've seen so far. See, and then a little bit behind them, Beckstead is about 5/10 behind Ian Gilchrist. They are both in Ferrari, so they're not going to have an implicit advantage over one another in any one place. It's all down to driver skill.
Which I guess is what the BOP tries to mitigate, right? Is some of that advantage, but man, it's hard sometimes. Like I'm in the M4 that has plus 10 kilograms added, and then like everything else seems to be negative right now, so I'm like crying a little bit on the inside.
Yeah, I'm in the Nissan as Zipperburn got past.
Yeah, how's
Leon.
that working out for you this season?
It's been going fine. I'm not going to say it's a bop issue because I don't think it is, but the issue with the bop for the Nissan is after my brother had to drop out of the season.
Way to phrase that. I said, good job phrasing that.
Yeah,
like very subtle and like, you know, just like there might be something going on here, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But other than me and my brother, there's no other Nissan drivers this season.
Yeah.
So if there is a bop issue, you can't tell if it's a bop issue or a driver issue. And I can't say that it's not a driver issue because a variable could be is there's a my, that was a send and a half.
Gertz by. Yeah, I'm gonna replay that. I don't know if that was push to pass or if that was legit.
That was definitely bump to pass, if nothing else. But yeah, so
yeah, that's right.
Let's get past Scarborough. I'm going to say it was a good job by Scarborough there. Yeah, that was not a safe overtake. I will say that was a very good job by Scarborough to avoid the contact there, though.
That's right. Yeah, good awareness, situational awareness.
So,
live to fight another day.
Yep. Speaking of, Wheelez goes way off there, and that's going to be a massive track cut. I don't know if Scarborough will be close enough to try to do anything into turn 1, and he is not. So yeah, that was a massive cut there by Wheelez, who gained a lot of position there.
So Vard did just get a yellow flag. I think it was just a solo incident, trying to catch back up. Hit replay, I probably should have just let it go.
Oh my, that was a
which corner got him.
That was a wonderful, what I'll call a mind dive there by Whitwam. Sullivan going wide there on turn 4, loses 3 positions because he thought that Whitwam was going to center to the inside. No! And he hits the back end of Beckstead. Oh, so Wheelez is going to, I think, get around Beckstead. So, yeah, that's really unfortunate for
there we go.
Sullivan not having the best set of corners there. Yeah, so, but Wheelez is now up into P5, getting around Beckstead and Sullivan after the incident there ahead of them. Scarborough now looking to try and get ahead of some people. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag for Yang here. There's also a yellow flag for you. I think Yang's issue... Whoa, please.
Oh.
All right.
Sullivan is returned to garage.
Oh.
All right, we're going to see what happened here.
Was it an additional issue?
So he goes wide, gets back on, tries to, and
that's massive
cooks it
damage.
Into the barrier there. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he might have speared himself.
Being able to... Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, a lot of these places,
early.
Yeah, very early. But yeah, a lot of these places where you go off, obviously you're like right on the wall. So if you have any kind of issue while you're on the grass, it will get worse very quickly.
Yeah.
But also, I know that, especially at like places like Snetterton, if you're trying to recover, you at most want to go like half throttle, or maybe just turn your traction control up all the way before you get back onto the racing surface. I don't know if that was the case there, but certainly an unfortunate situation. We will see if he's able to get back out into the race. Hopefully he's able to.
It's a bit of a... Oh, Van Winkle gets the pass done on Lawyer.
Very nice job there.
Lawyer. Yeah, there was a bit of a slide. I think that the Porsche, I'm not sure how its suspension is, but that first second part of the second chicane can be pretty dramatic if you angle it wrong.
That it can be. And now Jetter looking into turn 11, not able to do anything, but he does, I think, get a slightly worse exit. So not able to do anything into turn 1, but maybe setting something up for later in the lap. Looking out front, the gap has jumped to 4 seconds between Hopkins and Pellerin. Jeremy Rand just got past McLaren. I'm going to quickly replay this here because I want to see what happened.
He's on a tear.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I believe it's Brandon McLaren having an issue there into the final turn. But either way, very nice job there to get the pass done without too many issues.
Up to P15.
Yeah, so his recovery drive is going well so far. Meanwhile, I have good news for Sullivan. He is back moving. And so I'm going to quickly show here in the passenger review what the view is like for the pit lane exit. So you have to start braking before you actually get onto the track, because otherwise you will go wider than the pit lane or the pit lines. And I believe they are enforcing the pit exit rules here at this track, just because you're essentially exiting onto the apex of turn 2.
Yeah, you gotta hug that corner, inside corner.
Yeah, back to racing action. Jetter is still right on the back end of Lawyer. Lawyer getting a very bad exit there onto turn 11, maybe went a little deep into the first part, so trying to set something up. I don't think they're going to be close enough. They might be.
Oh, jeez. Let's see if he gives that. I guess he doesn't need to give it back.
Yeah, that was insane. I'm going to replay this here in the Helicam. Because I don't think that was an intentional send. I don't know if they made any contact. I know that Laurier probably had a brown pants moment, if nothing else.
I think there was a tiny bit of contact there. If my eyes weren't deceiving me.
Yeah, so
very small.
Yeah, so maybe some contact, not surprising with how late a move that was. Maybe some netcode issues, not quite 100% sure. But either way, very nice job from Jetter's composure to not crash there at that move. I would not suggest trying that move if you're racing tomorrow, or at least not specifically that move, but try whatever you want, I guess. Yeah, now looking back up into the top 10, Dick Zipperburn Sr. is closing in on Beckstead.
And Beckstead gets a really bad exit, corner exit. I think Zip Senior gets the move done.
That he does. Oh no, there's a yellow flag for Ian Gilchrist.
Close. Oh no.
And that is right into this section here.
Oh, there's major contact right in front of Zip. Oh no.
And that's between Scarborough and Ian Gilchrist. I'll let you replay that if you want to.
Yep.
There's also a brief yellow flag for Kyle Boys. But we're going to be focused here on this contact here.
Scarborough came around. Oh, Gilchrist was sideways.
Yeah.
Through the exit.
Yeah, so sideways right. Oh no!
Oh, and then we just had more contact. Scarborough and Gilchrist again.
Oh
no! Not what you want to see.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the replay.
Yeah. So that is a 4-car
Gray's
battle.
coming through as well. There's 4-car. Leon comes flying through, and
maybe a little bit of an early
just
send.
Isn't enough room there. Yeah.
Either way, really unfortunate there. Contact between those two drivers. I think to be expected, just because if you're behind someone, there's like almost no places to overtake. Meanwhile, Savard and Yang going side by side into turn 5, a little bit cautious.
Oh no, Gilchrist is yellow again. Oh, and he's off, or on the line, I think.
He is like
here.
right on the line, so drivers have to go essentially off track to get around him. I think if he wants to move now, he should be okay. There's also another yellow flag for Savard.
Oh.
Ooh, no.
Oh, that was a painful one. Where's he at now? Oh, there's more yellow.
Yeah,
McLaren.
He hit Brandon McLaren, unfortunately, on the rejoin. It's a really hard place to rejoin there, especially when you're on the inside of that corner, because I'll try and find somebody who's going through there. I'll quickly go.
Oh no! Oh, I just saw it.
Yeah,
it was bad.
He's
it was
RTG'd.
rough. Well, rough. I think his steering is obviously incredibly impacted.
Yeah,
I don't think he meant to join onto the racing line like that, and then just bad poor timing there with McLaren coming around.
I'm on board with Hopkins going through the area that had that issue. So you're going over a blind crest, so you're not able to see if anyone's or where the person is that's causing the yellow flag. So you know that there is, but you're not sure where. So maybe you could take a little more caution and go like in the middle of the track, but that definitely is not on the McLaren's fault. That was just wrong place, wrong time for him. And Ian Gilchrist has RTG'd.
Sorry. Yep.
Meanwhile, there's another.
Like I said, chasing down Zip Senior. Another yellow.
Yeah, for
but
Kyle Boys. Yeah, I think it was a sideways incident through turn 5, but I could be wrong.
Let's watch. I'll let you know.
I don't know. That could just be a slow moment.
He just had a slow moment. Yeah, I think he just needed to adjust.
Meanwhile,
as Zip Senior has an issue.
Yeah, we were watching it. I
think
he just went deep, or maybe just oversteered through turn 1. As we're watching this here in the main screen. To answer Denim01 in the chat, Jetter is currently sitting P10 overall. So very nice job so far. Yeah, he's up a good bit. So he's essentially, he's overtaken half the field one way or another.
Yeah, 10 spots.
Yeah, McLaren had another issue that allowed Savard to get past. I'm going to quickly check and see if I can find out what happened. So oversteer moment, I believe that was through turn 1. And then just trying to make sure that he regained control before he got back on the power, so let Savard pass. Meanwhile, Beckstead has gotten passed by Zipperburn Sr. because he went off track. I'm going to replay this since I was replaying something else. See, I went very deep into... I don't know what corner that is. The cornering is... The numbers are so weird here, I can't honestly tell you. But he is now 2 seconds back from Zipperburn Sr., and then also out front, Whitwam is about a second back from Stefan Peller, and he's going way wide here through turns 2 and 3, though. Hopefully he can keep it in line for turn 4. And he does.
Back end I think he hit a tiny bit of grass or dirt setting up that entry, and then it just kind of slowed him down there. But we'll see how he's able to catch up here if he is.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he got any damage from anything, so he should be okay. Before we get into the pit stop cycles that'll change all this, I'm going to look at the fastest laps. So Hopkins up in P1 currently has the fastest overall lap with a 1:30.327, so basically qualifying time. The second fastest lap, I believe, is Buez. Yeah, yellow flag for Jetter.
Minor.
All right, so
we did just watch McLaren get by, or Savard get by McLaren. They both braked a little late going into turn 1. But I think McLaren was a little bit wider, so Savard was able to squeeze by in the dirt.
Yeah, Savard and McLaren have been going at it for the last couple laps.
It's Leung Gets it passed on Beckstead, who must have had a bit of a off-track moment, although we're getting into the brake marker, and we're okay there.
Very, very close. There's another yellow flag for you, who unfortunately I believe bunny hopped over turn 5, so I won't show what happened in there.
Sure, that's smart. We've all been there.
Yeah, I've done it so many times in practice. I'm sure I'm going to do it at least once during the race tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, part of me is just like during the race, like I'll hit it during quali, but during the race, I don't know. I've found I don't lose that much time just threading the needle, as long as no one's right on my tail. You don't even worry to, hit the edges of them, but don't full send over them sometimes. And it's hard to change your lineup though, because that means different brake marker, different acceleration point. It's not easy, but it is safer.
It is most definitely safer. So we are getting to the point where drivers are pitting. I don't know if Ian Gilchrist is doing a normal pit stop or what. I think this is still him RTGing. But he is moving again, so there we have that. Looking to, I think what is the only battle on track right now, Scarborough, with a good chunk of front-end damage, is about 6/10 back from Laurier.
Ran coming in, closing that gap too, down to a second, right behind there. So we'll keep an eye on this for a minute. Oh, Savard has a yellow. Looks like, I'm thinking no major contact. Just let's take a look, I guess.
Meanwhile, Scarborough comes into the pits. So we have our first, what I'll call normal pitter.
Yep, so it's the second chicane, the first turn, and you hit that. It's got a massive, I feel like, angle and bankment there. It's not just the curb. It's like it's a whole dip in the road that you then have to fight against, and it gets you sometimes.
Meanwhile, Kyle Boyes had a very weird yellow flag moment. I'm going to quickly replay what happened here. I'm not sure what happened because he just kind of slowed down all the way on the main straight and let someone by. So
okay,
not entirely sure why. I don't know if he had an incident with a guy he let by before in Max Yang. I don't remember who the issue was with, like, early, but I wouldn't assume that he would be let by for that. So I suppose I could be wrong.
Possible. Yeah, it's good sportsmanship if that's the case. Good to show some sportsmanship, and you get reduced penalty usually if you can show that you let them by after. So,
although if that was for like the lap 1 incident, then I don't know if they would get credit for that, given how far away it was.
Yeah.
But we can hope.
Yeah, there might be a bit
of
a time cutoff window there.
So McLaren and Savard had an issue there. I'm going to quickly try and pick up what happened. I think. Oh my. I can definitely say I have never seen that.
Oh.
I'm going to go on board with Savard here because I want to see what happened there. Oh.
Yeah, that was massive.
Yeah, so I think
spin before the chicane.
Yeah, I think
spun through it and then hit him on the outskirts.
Yeah, I think what happened was he started braking on the curbing, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag for Scarborough coming out of the pits.
That was just exiting the pits, I think. Yep.
So I think they were just making sure that they weren't going to get impacted by anyone when they were exiting. That might be blue flags from pitting this early, and I know it is a somewhat shorter length track, so that could be it. And if I go to the relative, it looks like it was for blue flags, but I could be wrong. There's a yellow flag for you.
Yep, just what I was going to bring up. Right. I think solo. Oh no, let's see here. It was you and I'm not sure who.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't lie.
Oh, but I don't think it was contact. I think you just. Oh, I was wrong.
There it is.
I was wrong.
So
okay.
I think that may have been Sullivan I could be wrong on that, but that's what my guess is going to be. We have two more pitters in Jetter and Beckstead, so we'll have to see how their undercut strategy works. Also, just something...
Fortunate for you there.
Yeah.
You gotta... That's just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah. Also, for Jason Yu, every time we talk about Jason Yu, especially when you mention him, I instinctively think you're saying something about me because you're saying you as in...
Yep.
You know,
correct.
The pronoun you.
It's the long-standing joke for sure.
Yeah.
He's embraced it too. I remember some debriefs last season where it's like you, and then everybody's singing you, like the Lil Wayne song or whatever. And it's enjoyable.
Yeah, he's had a good or decent recovery race. He started in P18, it's currently up to P16, and there will be a lot of people pitting, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. Zipperburn Sr. is backwards. No, he's forwards again. I'm gonna quickly I didn't catch enough of the replay. I think you might get more there in the pit.
Yep.
Yeah, so just went
very minor damage.
Yeah, unfortunately went wide there.
Yeah, barely clipped the wall, just a little wide on the throttle, a little too early. Got him spun around, but not even full spun. Just a little half spin. Nothing big.
Yeah, it's almost better sometimes when you do a full spin, just because you can get back on the power easy.
Yep.
You can just stamp on the throttle, complete the rest of your turn, and be on your way. But if you're parallel to the...
Nothing to see here.
Exactly.
Yep.
There was a little dirt kicked up there. I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah, that happens time to time at that corner. Although usually it's on the outside edge, but we're in a bit of a three-way battle here. Van Winkle, Zip, Senior, and Gray. Am I reading that right?
Yes, and then leading the train is a blue flag in Laurier, and then just behind them is another blue flag in Jeremy Rand. So we've got essentially a blue flag sandwich here. But yeah, Zipperburn Sr. right on the back end. Meanwhile, Stefan... Oh. It looked like there was a battle between Stefan Pellerin and Whitwam, but it was Whitwam coming in.
Is that contact? Is that contact? I'm going to go back. It may have had... Yeah, Zip may have... We're going to see here.
I'll see if I can look at the front of his car and see if there's any damage. While you're looking there in the pit at the contact, it looks like, yeah, there was contact as... Laurier pulls off, maybe unintentionally there. Yeah, so I think Laurier just went deep. Ooh. Very good thinking to back up.
Oh yeah. Wow, he was quick on that for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they did lose the position to Jeremy Rand, who's now in front of them, but they didn't cause any incidents.
Elizabeth is okay with in the chat. Shout out Jeremy's family, cheering him on.
Yeah. Meanwhile, looking back up front with Zipperburn Sr. and Van Winkle, they are not too far away from each other still. Van Winkle about 7/10 back. I am interested to see when some of these guys decide to pit, as I believe that is Zipperburn Sr. going a little bit deep there into, I think that's turn 8 or chicane 8, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so Van Winkle getting a little bit of a jump on him coming into turn 9. There's a yellow flag for Leung. I'm not entirely sure why. He looks like he's okay though. You're already on board with Van Winkle. I won't double on board. We don't need that. Yeah, Van Winkle.
Come on board.
Yeah, Van Winkle not getting the best exit out of the corner, but he is right behind him. Still, about 2 cents back now.
Is it Boise or Boise?
I believe it's. I've said Boise, but it could be Boise.
Boise. Yeah, bet that. I don't know any of the turn numbers, but his tires must be a little cooked. Got a little spun around there. thankfully just a self-incident and back on his way.
Meanwhile, back in this Zipperburn Van Winkle battle, there is a blue flagger right ahead of Zipperburn Senior. He did not let them go in what I would call the optimal position, so it's going to be interesting to see where he lets them by, if at all. I hope
There he goes.
I believe he is right here. Yes. Okay.
Hopefully
So
both. Yep.
looked like he may have gotten a little squirrely, so not entirely sure what happened there. As I believe that is, who is that just? That's Jeremy Rand, who just got past Yang. I don't know if it was a clean overtake though. I'm going to quickly replay it here. So he technically got the overtake done, but I don't know if he went off track to get said overtake done. So it definitely looked like it. So unfortunately, I don't know if he'll get to keep that position when it comes to these stewarding tickets, but he does get to at least take the position for the moment as Van Winkle comes into the pits. So Zipperburn Senior probably coming into the pits soon. Well, probably in the next lap or so, we'll see. But we were talking about earlier in this race how this is going to be a super cold race. The track temperature is 16 degrees Celsius, which I think is like in the low 50s in Fahrenheit. I will quickly check that. But it's going to be very hard for some of these drivers to get their tires up to temperature. You know, back here, Laurier got past Yang. I believe Yang may have had an off-track moment, but I could be mistreaken, as Savard has another yellow flag moment, unfortunately. Through the last corner, he's going to lose at least one, maybe two spots. 2 spots to Leung and McLaren. However, he's only really fighting with McLaren as Leung has already pitted, while Savard and McLaren have not.
And Laurier is trying to get around a blue flag here. Let's see, on the main straight maybe, because Yang is on his tail.
Yeah, I don't technically know if it's a blue flag or... or
there he goes.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, it could... Well, that would still be a blue flag, wouldn't it? If just because he hasn't pitted yet? If he's a lap down.
No. So he hadn't pitted... It would technically be like an opposite blue flag situation, where you could technically overtake him, but they're not required to get out of your way.
They are the blue flags. Gotcha. Yeah.
So they can pass them if they're fast enough.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, and I was slightly off. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit is 16 Celsius. So Jetter, unfortunately, having a little bit.
I would have guessed colder. I am not good at that conversion.
I'm
that
not either.
mental conversion.
The only thing that I know is, I think 30 degrees is roughly 100, and negative 40 degrees is the same at both. And then obviously 32 degrees and 0 degrees, but...
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, I believe
Scarborough is off again. Oh no.
Yeah, I believe he got eaten up by that curbing.
Curbing has not been friendly tonight. People did not make the correct sacrifices. That's
a heavy
not
hit
ideal.
there, too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good chunk of damage. Probably at least 5, probably closer to 10 seconds. At least no suspension damage, though. But looking out front, Hopkins is on an amazing pace. His last lap was a 1:30.8, which is only about half a second off his fastest time. And he is essentially an entire lap up on everyone. Whitwam is about a minute and a half behind him. Now, of course, Hopkins still has to pit, but he definitely still has the lead, because I don't know if it's easy to see on the track map, but Whitwam, he is just going through turn 11, just exiting turn 11, and then Hopkins is just now entering turn 11. So he definitely has the pace.
And what do you
to take
normally
this win.
lose on a pit? Would you have to, if you had to guess? Or do we see? I guess we see that, don't we?
Yeah, so the total pit time is about a
minute 13.
Yeah, minute
or a minute
13.
less than minute 11. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it's like maybe a minute 5. Like actually in the pits, you will gain some time from pit entry versus the racing line, and then you'll lose a lot on pit exit. So I would assume that the like overall pit delta would be about a minute 15 maybe, but I will time that once we see Hopkins come in to the pits. Meanwhile, Savard just caught it there. Unfortunately, he had another incident into turn 5, braking on the grass, and that is never a good thing to do.
Was he was following Pellerin, I think?
He was following someone. I think it was Stefan Pellerin, but yeah.
And yep. Maybe braked a little late, had to avoid contact.
Yeah, either way, unfortunate for him. I don't think he lost any spots, though, so at least there's that.
Yeah.
And someone, I'm not sure who, but someone, unfortunately, looks like they've disconnected. I would assume that it was one of the guys who had damage issues, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so we are down to 19 from 20. Still really nice to see all these drivers continuing to race. I know that with less drivers, it's probably a lot less chaotic than some of the others, as we see... Who is that just went off?
That was Gray, or McLaren. I know, maybe McLaren. I'm struggling to remember right now, because then I saw another yellow flag on Laurier. So I switched right away, and I'm playing with the relative timing, so I'm also a little backwards.
Well, somebody went off. Who? We have no
That's
idea.
right, as you saw.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's another yellow flag for Gray, who I believe we are on board with in the pit. So I believe that was just them
I'm
going
not sure
deep.
what happened there. Check it out.
Yeah, while you're checking that out,
Yep.
Gray unfortunately maybe goes a little deep again. No, he's fine. Unfortunately, though, Jeremy Rand does overcook it into turn 2, or the exit of turn 2. I'm going to quickly replay that here. Oh, he just broke way too late. And then tried to get back on the power on the grass, which is not something you want to try and do. He's still on for a good point
usually
set.
to work in your favor.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, and I think once McLaren pits...
Oh, Hopkins in the pits.
Ooh.
FYI.
All right, so the gap was about a minute 24. I think it may have lessened then a little bit to a minute 20, but we will see where he comes out in relation to Whitwam. Because his last lap before he went into the pits was like a minute 1:31.5 or so. But I could be wrong on that. And also McLaren into the pits. So yeah, we'll have to see where those drivers come out in relation to the others. Meanwhile, Yang and Gray still fighting it out. I don't think they're teammates, but they are in the same car, so they at least know where where the car ahead of or where the car they're fighting with is and isn't that good. I believe that's you getting letting blue flags past.
Hopkins is on a roll.
All right.
Slowly. 60
So-
kph, but see how
Whitwam is coming now through turn 11. He's about 13 seconds back at the moment as Hopkins is coming back onto the main racing line. So
gets
total,
going again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So total gap around 10 seconds. We'll have to see how quickly Hopkins can get their tires up to temperature, so that gap might come down a little bit more here in the next lap or so, but either way, he is still comfortably in the lead. And at the moment, there's no super close battles. Yang has fallen back a little bit from Gray, but not by much. And then McLaren coming out of the pits in P17. But I believe that's everyone that's pitted, so I'm going to quickly go over our biggest movers in the race so far. So our biggest overall mover is Jetter, who went from P20 all the way up to P7 currently, so 13 spots. Amazing job there.
That's going to make Denim01 pretty happy in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Alan Leung has gone up 8 spots from P12 to P4, so very nice job trying to get himself higher up in the championship. Van Winkle's also gained 8 spots from P14 up to P6. Yang and Ran are both up 6 spots from P15 and 16 to 9 and 10.
Ran actually just got purple lap, 130.06.
Very nice.
Cooking it.
He also has the fastest speed trap time, or speed trap.
Nice.
Yeah, so his fastest speed.
Jeremy had to slow way down there for who was that? 147.
I believe that was McLaren and you.
Yep.
Oh, no, no. I think McLaren and you are separate incidents. Meanwhile,
and then we've got
Scarborough,
a couple issues right now.
Apparently, the yips have started hitting everyone all at the same time. Although I think Scarborough's issues are connection related, because he is going absolutely everywhere.
Oh yes, he is. Yep.
I think he's okay now, but I could be wrong. Yeah. So, that's where Scarborough is. But yeah, he was ping-ponging all over the place. I think still has maybe a little bit of a ping issue, but he's at least not right next to someone who might cause an incident. But yeah, we were talking about Jeremy Ran with the fastest lap. He set it with a 1:30.060, which is 0.3 faster than everyone else. I assume that Hopkins should be able to get that fastest lap back here eventually, but I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it just depends how much he wants to push that 9-second gap to Whitwell.
Yeah. Yeah, he is currently gaining on his last time, but not by much. So we'll have to see where he sets his best time. Yeah, so Jeremy Ran currently fighting off Wheelez. They're very close to each other now, as Wheelez gained about half a second through, I believe that's the turn 7 area. And Jeremy Ran maybe going off a little bit, but not too much. So just enough to kick up some dust. Unfortunately, I don't think he got the best exit from that corner either, so it might be a drag race down to either this corner or to turn 1. So Wheelez not quite close enough, I don't think, to try anything into turn 1. However, I'm going to stay on Jeremy Ran just a little bit longer to listen to that wonderful Aston Martin engine.
It is really good. It's holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, personally, my favorite engine is still the Mustang, because giant American V8. But the Aston Martin...
What do you think about the Bentley? I think that's got a nice ring to it, too.
I haven't listened to it for a while, but I remember when I covered, I think it was one of the endurance races, I did like the sound of it.
But, ooh, yeah, I know that Aston is real nice.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with Jeremy looking backwards at Wheelez, chasing him. Seems like they got a good little battle going right now, and one of the only ones happening on the track at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Also, I have bad news to report for Jeremy Ran fans. Hopkins has taken back the fastest lap by 0.01 seconds.
Oh,
so Jeremy Ran had a 1:30.060. Hopkins has a 1:30.050. And with the pressure
That's razor thin.
yeah, and with the pressure that Jeremy's under, I don't know if he'll be able to set a fastest lap, because I think right now all he needs to be focused on is exits and entries, just making sure he doesn't make any big mistakes. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to look at the sector differences. And there's not many differences, to be honest. They had almost the exact same Sector 1 time, fairly close Sector 2 time. The only real difference was the Sector 3 time, although I believe Hopkins just set another fastest lap. Yes, of a 1:29.3. Jeez.
Booking it, man.
I'm sorry. I don't think Jeremy's gonna get that back.
Yeah, that's quick.
That would be have to have a monster lap, and I believe I'm gonna quickly check this. Yeah, so that's the fastest lap anyone has set down in D5, as Jeremy Rand has a little bit of a moment there through turn 5. He's able to keep it straight though. But yeah, Danny Scarborough had a time of a 1:29.347. And Hopkins had a 1:29.365, so not quite the fastest overall D5 lap, but basically right there. Oh no!
it's Puelles. Self-delete.
Oh, and right in front of Hopkins too. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly replay this. So
Who joins?
Yeah, so I think, yeah, just an oversteer moment there through the exit of turn 7, trying to get all the power that he could, because I think that he was running out of chances to overtake, because I would assume he was having a lot of, he might have been starting to get into tire issues. But now he has a whole bunch of front end damage that you can see right there. Not quite dragging on the floor, but it definitely won't help him. So now he has to fight off Laurier for that P11 spot. But Jeremy Rand is essentially now in the clear for not quite the whole race, but a good chunk of the race.
Yeah, that always feels nice to have that weight off your shoulders. Just let you focus on the laps for a bit.
And meanwhile, in the pit, we are on board with Beckstead, following, I believe it's Kyle Boys. I'm quickly make sure I'm right on that. Yes, Kyle Boys for that P13 spot. I think coming up here is going to be his best chance for an overtake. I know that Boys is following a blue flagger, although he does go wide there, so he might get a chance here, he's gained 2/10 down about the first half of the straight. I don't think he'll be close enough to try anything, and he's not. Meanwhile, just ahead, Jetter, I believe, had an incident, an off-track incident. I'm not quite sure, but Jetter and Gray are now fighting almost side by side through turn, I believe it's turn 9. So we have 2 battles to keep an eye on here.
Yeah, there's some blue flags and waiting for one another to, put the pressure on, make a mistake. Be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
He is right there.
Yeah, the issue with Boys and Beckstead, as Jetter got passed by Gray, but now gets back past him. Gray looking, I think, is going to try something here. We have 2 really good moments here. Beckstead is going maybe side by side. Going to try something into turn 1.
Oh, yes, he is. He wants it.
He backs out of it.
But he backs out.
However,
Smart.
that's Laurier just ahead of him. I'm going to quickly replay what happened to Laurier. I think they may have gone deep while they were fighting with... I don't know who that was.
That's a blue flag? Is that...
No, that was one of the Mercedes. I think that was... Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was Whitwam. My apologies. So, yeah. So, maybe trying to let Whitwam past or just not overtake Whitwam. But either way, issue there for Laurier sends them down to P14. And now the battle for P12 is a 3-way battle. And also just up ahead, Jeremy Rand is within a second of Yang.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to come back here to watch the overboard. Or overhead.
Yeah,
Oh no!
Oh, there he goes off. Too much pressure, I think, at the moment. Yeah, he had hit that second chicane again, that initial turn-in point. Sent him bouncing a little bit. Man, these curbs are rough.
Yeah, the curbs are rough. Meanwhile, there's a four-way battle now for P7. Max Yang just got past, I believe that was Jetter. Unfortunately had an issue. He's lost 2 positions, maybe 3 positions to Yang and Jeremy Ran. But he is still right behind Jeremy Ran coming into turn 4. Not sure who's going to get the better exit out of these 3 drivers. Jeremy Ran not able to do anything in turn 5, and neither is Jetter. So they will hold on for at least another half lap. Yeah, a lot of chaotic movement there.
Action coming down. Yeah, these last 10 minutes are going to be pretty intense. Buckle up, people.
I hadn't even noticed. We're in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we are. Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jetter right behind Jeremy Ran coming into turn 9-ish. I think that's 9. Yeah, not close enough to try anything really here into turn 11, but maybe if he's able to get a good enough braking, he can set up something into turn 1. Yeah, Jeremy Ran going a little bit deep. I don't know if it'll be deep enough to try anything, though. And it doesn't look like it is.
I think this is, yeah, locked in for now.
Yeah, so Max Yang is
Jetter is
away.
seemed to be doing a good job at, I think there were a couple moments there where he's, you know, his normal brake marker was further ahead, but he was very situationally aware. Got to get on a little early with the traffic ahead, so.
Yeah, the Ferrari has some very good brakes, the best brakes out of anyone, as Max Yang goes wide.
Jeremy.
So Jeremy Ran is going to get past.
Side by side.
Yeah. Now it's a matter of, I think, if
get some move done.
Yeah, very nice job there. I don't think Jetter's going to be able to capitalize on that, though. He fell back a little bit before we got to that part of the race. Yeah.
Race a little late.
Ooh, very late.
Gets a track cut.
Yeah. I wonder.
Hopefully he had a couple of those. One to spare.
Yeah. Is that a track cut warning, or is that just a invalidated lap?
100% warning.
Okay.
Nope, that gets me. That's the one that gets me. So I can say for sure that's where you go off at all. There, it doesn't even matter if you didn't gain. If you could slam on the brakes and stop completely, you get back on. I think it's going to give you. As Blue gets a DT there, but
no.
it gives you a track cut. It's one of those instant ones I find for me anyway.
Yeah, so Wheelez, like we were saying, gets the drive-through penalty, unfortunately. I don't know how far he's going to drop, but it won't be a fun drop, I know that much. But still getting good points, as long as he slowed down enough on pit entry. That was very close there.
No. You know, one thing I found out, it actually doesn't, I always thought it was like the front of your car, it needs to be going 50 as you cross the line, but it's actually the rear, so it gives you a little extra breathing room.
Wasn't that nice?
Something to keep in mind.
All right. So, I can speed for a little bit longer then. That's what I'm hearing.
Just a little bit. Just don't blame me, though, when you go over 20 kph over.
I've gotten enough things. Oh, no, Wheelez has been disqualified from the race. So I think, unfortunately, that means he was speeding very much when he went into the pits.
You caught it.
Because if you go too quickly through, you will get disqualified, and I know that because I've had it happen to me before. I accidentally.
So if you have a stop and go or a drive through, if you then are trying to serve it, and you're going over 61 or whatever, you DQs you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I know that that's happened to me before.
Sorry to interrupt. We have a bit of an incident with Scarborough and Gilchrist.
No! Please don't do that, Scarborough.
A lot of stuff happening here.
Yeah, so I don't know if I caught it just there, but Scarborough, I think it was, or maybe that was Ian Gilchrist rejoined right in front of you.
It's a lag.
Oh my.
Whoa, there's crazy lag on my end from trying to watch that. I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't either. But yeah. Anyhow, as I was trying to say, I know from experience that it'll disqualify you, because at one of my first races ever in SRA, we were at Valencia, and I had never raced there, so I didn't know where the 50 or the pit limiter marker was. So I accidentally entered the pits at 120 kph.
Oh, nice. 120. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Not what
you were
not what you want to do.
No.
Yeah, it was a whole crescendo of errors that race. That was just the cherry on top, and that was lap 3. So a whole bunch of fun and a whole bunch of space, or a whole little space. But anyway, we are watching this P7 battle between Gray, Ran, and Yang. Ran currently in a little bit of a Mercedes sandwich. Went a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 11, so Yang may have a possibility to do something. Doesn't look like it. A little too far back.
Oh, that attitude.
I mean, he can certainly try something from all the way back there, but
right.
I don't know if he wants to get that many penalty points tonight. Yeah, the other close battle on track is between Laurier and Kyle Boys. I seem to remember Kyle Boys having a working livery last time. I don't know what's happening here, because he had that really cool livery with the orange-yellow, or orange/yellow, because it was all swoopy and it was asymmetric.
You're right. Yeah, I'm just showing the black as well.
Yeah, so I don't know if he changed liveries or if something's just wrong with...
It's so dark, I can barely tell though. No, all right,
it almost looks like there's a livery, but I can't tell.
Yeah, it does kind of look like. Hold on, here we go. All right, I'm on board. There is a... Oh, it's so hard in the dark. There is a livery there. It's just really dark.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're good. I see it.
So hopefully we'll be able to see what it actually is next week at... Where are we at next week? Imola? I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I will tell the...
Your world tree. We're just living in it.
That's dangerous. Yeah, so we will be able to hopefully see what his livery is next week, other than just dark. Yeah, I think Imola's next week, and then Kailami is like week 7, but we will check that here at the end of the stream, so make sure to stay tuned for that, or just go back to the very start of the stream where I showed it and you can check it out there. That would also probably work. Yeah, Jeremy ran right on the back of Gray, not able to do anything into that corner. Goes a little bit slow through turn 5.
Off there.
Yeah, I think
interesting. Yeah,
I think he's just trying to stay consistent through turn 5 to make sure he doesn't wreck at this point, because as long as he stays consistent, he'll be fine, because we got a minute 45 left. You got 2 laps realistically, maybe 3 actually, because Hopkins is right behind them. So no,
oh no,
oh,
as Hopkins. Oh no. Yeah, he was showing yellow too.
Yeah, Hopkins got involved.
Yeah, Hopkins went off involved in that too.
Yeah, so I'm going to
see from Hopkins' perspective. So Hopkins gets by Yang.
Oh, so yes.
Sees the incident ahead, and Gray is off track, pointed. Darn it. Oh.
Yeah, so
okay.
Gray, I think not realizing Hopkins was right there ahead of him, trying to get past, and not realizing that Hopkins was right behind him, tried to right himself right in front of Hopkins. So unfortunately, that drops him back, but Hopkins does not lose any positions, so he should be good there.
Yeah, still got 7 seconds.
I am a little interested to see if Jeremy Ran lets Gray by at some point. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but we'll have to see.
Yep, he did right there. He lifted. heard it.
Well, he let Hopkins by. He didn't let Gray by.
Oh, that was Hopkins. I see. Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
My bad.
So he still has about a half lap to do it if he wants to. I assume he will, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Gray right here trying all that he can to get past him into a spot that he thinks he rightfully owns.
Yep.
I mean,
and I didn't pay attention. I was watching it from a third-party perspective. I didn't really pay too much attention into the incident, but
yeah.
It did seem like Jeremy may have given him the no nudge.
Yeah. The good thing is that Jeremy Rand is still close enough to Gray that if he does remember to put in a ticket, he definitely will get the position back from the stewards. But not the best way you want to finish the race, but how you do want to finish the race is in first place as Hopkins flashes his lights. Bruce wins at Zolder. So an amazing job there. Jason Whitlam comes across in P2 to finish off an amazing race. Stefan Pellerin P3 to makes up for a lot of issues that he had on the race start. Was a weird lining up issue. Alan Leung with an amazing 8-spot game to get all the way up into P4. He's going to come across the line here very shortly.
Yeah, 8 spots up. What a great race on his part. Nicely done.
Absolutely. Zipperburn Sr. is going to come across not too much farther behind there in P5. Assuming Leung doesn't ping out before we get to the end, and he doesn't. So yeah. Yeah, so Zipperburn Sr. coming across the line there. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong straight. Yeah, he'll come across the line in P5.
But it is cool with the fireworks going on up ahead of him. That's so neat.
Yeah,
looks great at night.
Yeah, you can see that in the pip there. Yeah, Van Winkle will come across in P6. Max Yang will come across in P7, and Jetter, he spins.
Jetter is,
but there's no one. Yeah, there's no one behind him that's on the lead lap, so he will finish P8 regardless of how slow it takes, as long as he gets across.
Okay.
Before we, but as long as he gets across before the wait timer, he will still finish P8.
Yeah, good call.
So there's that. But yeah,
just doing a little dance party.
Yeah, decided to do his donuts early.
That's right.
Yeah, but either way, amazing job by Hopkins to finish P1 overall. I'm gonna screenshot this so that I can remember who to pull in for the interviews. Sean, I assume you have to leave early again, so go ahead and give us your thoughts for this race and how you think it all went.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy one. Obviously, it actually wasn't as bad as I anticipated. There was a lot more further in the race incidents. I think everybody did collectively a really good job. 20 people on the track isn't the largest number we'll see this week, but it also is significant for D5. So they did a good job. Congrats to Bruce and Whitlam and Pellerin and everybody. So I will see you guys later, and thanks Trey for running the show.
Yeah, no problem. I will see you next week, Sean.
Sounds good, buddy. Later.
All right. So, Sean, unfortunately gone. He has a kid to take care of, but we will pull in some drivers to interview here in just a moment. I just need to find them in the chat. Yeah, so not seeing anyone right now in the chat, but they could be chatting with other people, so I will be back in just a moment. Please don't go anywhere. Actually, no, I'm gonna stay here for a moment. See, now some of the people are joining. All right, so we are seeing some people get into the race chats. But I don't see anyone specifically who I want to interview, so I'm going to quickly pull up our silver winner in Quinn Jetter, if I can get this to work properly. Quinn Jetter, welcome to the booth.
Hey!
So you are our silver winner. I haven't found any of the normal podium drivers, so I'm gonna pull you up here to interview you for the silver win. Go ahead and talk us through your race and how it all went.
Not gonna lie, my partner got pulled up, Paulo Reese. He got pulled up to D4. And I'm not gonna lie, I just was like, I had no one to let down. Let's just fucking race. Race.
I think we're late enough into the stream that we can get away with at least one mic drop. But yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine. But yeah, so I'm just racing with nothing to lose essentially.
Yeah.
Obviously not quite a race win, but a silver win. So I think you've, if nothing else, at least gotten your partner a little bit proud there. I know that you had a fun battle toward the end there with a couple drivers. How was that battle?
Nerve-wracking. I always tend to get behind people, get in my head, and spin out. So, I mean, like I said, I just went out there, tried to have some fun, and ran. I'm probably butchering his name.
Jeremy Ran?
Yeah. I was behind him, or he was behind me, and he blew past me. So, one of those, I was like, I'm going to catch up to him, and I'm going to maintain his pace, or at least try. Mm-hmm. So that was my goal.
All right. Well, I think you managed to do that very well. Let's see. So, if I remember it correctly, you qualified toward like the back of the grid. Was that just an issue with you not being able to set a consistent lap, or was there something else?
No, I actually got a qualifying ban because of a week one incident, or my bad, turn one incident last week. So
that would do it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you had a good comeback race there from that then.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the last question I'll have for you, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to? I know you were talking about your teammate got moved up to D4, but
yeah, Paulo, get it tomorrow. I'll be watching you. And also Chris Reaper, he's also in D4. He was my partner 2 seasons. He got me into this, so thanks, Chris. I appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, I believe Paulo, someone in the chat was cheering for you at Denim01. I don't know if that was Paulo or your other mate from a while ago, but either way, I hope that they had fun watching you. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yep. So I'm going to send you back down to your race review, but good luck in your next few races, and we will hopefully see you again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, so that was Jetter, our silver winner. I have found at least a couple of our podium sitters, so I'm going to pull up Stefan Pellerin, our P3 driver. Stefan Pellerin, welcome to the booth. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. There we go. So, P3 finish. Congratulations. A little chaotic on the start. Are you able to hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So,
No, I got a bad start. I was too far behind. I wasn't in my proper position, and I was back too far, and got overtaken by, I think, 2 guys in the first turn there. But I just wanted to stay out of trouble, let the race settle down a little bit, and then try to push a little. But I think I got 1 position back or 2 positions back by the end of that first lap, and so I just wanted to keep a clean race, and ended up 3rd. That's fine. I'll take that. So yeah, no incidents. That was my main thing for this week.
there you go.
Yeah.
No incidents is always a good thing. Yeah. And a podium is definitely nothing to sneeze at, so always a good finish.
That's great. no, happy with that.
Yeah. So once you actually got into the race and got through the lap 1 incidents, or not incidents, but lap 1 chaos, were there any brown pants moments for you, or was it mostly clean sailing? Other than I know that Whitwell got past you, but
Yeah. No, so I find with I'm in the Aston Martin, and I find with that car, after about 20 minutes into your stint, your tires just go. You've got no grip, and it lasts for about 3 laps, and then the grip kind of comes back again. And I was, had a bit of a problem on a couple laps there, 20 minutes into the race, and I kind of lost a little bit of pace, but I got through that section. I knew it was going to come, so I got through it, and then just kind of settled down and just kept everything clean and smooth, and yeah, it all worked out.
All right. Last question I have for you. Is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to, whether a teammate or someone who may have coached you a little bit?
Not really. I'd just like to, congratulate the 2 winners, Hopkins and Whitwell, and they had terrific races, clean races. I just want to tip my hat to them.
All right.
Good race all around. Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations on your podium finish. Hopefully we will see you again here in the booth next week, but I will go ahead and send you back down to your race review.
All right. Thanks a lot.
If I can get Discord to scroll properly. Here we go. All right, so that was Stefan Pellerin, our P3 finisher. I see Whitwam, our P2 finisher, so I will go ahead and pull him up here. Jason Whitwam, welcome to the booth.
Hello.
So congratulations on your P2 finish. It was a little bit of chaotic lap 1, but go ahead and talk us through your race and how it went.
Yeah, so just really stoked on the qualifying position. So tried to keep it cool and calm throughout lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, and kind of fumbled a little bit, I think, after lap 1, but after that, just did what I could to keep it together, and it worked out.
All right. So speaking of qualifying, it might have been one of the other guys, but did you go out twice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So did you not know that you got promoted, or what happened there?
No, I thought vice versa. I thought I got demoted into silver, and I was finished qualifying. I was like, wow, P2, okay. And then 6 minutes left of the qualifying session, I'm still looking. I go, oh shit. And so I went out, and I'm pretty sure you can keep the faster time if you go faster, but I knew something might come of this, but I still went faster into the gold part of qualifying.
Yeah.
Stuck with it.
So yeah, I'm very happy you got the P2 out of it. I don't know what the stewards are going to think if it gets reported, because I think it's fine if you're gold, you go out with silver, but I don't know if you're allowed to go out both, at both times, because I think as long as you only stay within one session, you're okay. But I guess we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just a mistake. That's okay. But as far as the race, didn't do anything egregious, and man, very happy with the results.
I was gonna say the worst you'll maybe get is a qualifying ban, and that's not terrible, especially
I'll take that.
Yeah, so unfortunate, but you got your P2 finish. You're gonna get points out of it anyways, so always fun there. So I know that obviously there's the lap 1 chaos, but were there any other times where you were having issues on the race, or was it mostly smooth sailing?
Mostly smooth. I had a little bit of an incident at one of the chicanes, lap 2 or 3, and eventually was most likely going to let the guys I passed pass me, and then I went off for a second and stuck P4, and everything was fine, so kept going. And up until the end, I had a couple back markers that were really pushing me. A couple that seemed to not get out of the way, but I think I was getting top contender headed and just getting crazy about the blue flags. But other than that, perfect race.
All right. Well, congratulations on your P2 finish. I will send you back down to your race review, but I hope to see you up again here next week for another interview.
Likewise, I appreciate it. Take care.
Oh, sorry. One last question. I've
Yes.
asked everyone else this. Is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to, whether a teammate or something like that?
Unfortunately, my teammate's a little non-existent, but still shout out Thomas Kiss. But shout out Champion Motorsports.
All right.
That's where I'm coming from.
There you go. All right. Well, again, thank you. I will now actually send you back down to your race review.
Take care.
Well, maybe if Discord allows me to scroll. There we go. All right. Have a good night. All right. So that is the end of our interviews. Unfortunately, Hopkins, I believe, had to go to bed. He's not online. He's not on the race review, so I don't know where he is. But either way, he had an amazing race, finishing P1 with a 7-second lead and that massive fastest lap compared to everybody else. So amazing job to him. But that was Zolder done and dusted. We are at Imola next week. I'm glad I remembered that correctly. So Imola is going to be fun because we are going to be doing real world weather. So realistically, that's going to be super cold and maybe some rain, but we will have to see. So if you want to see some more cold weather racing, make sure to come back next week. Or if you want to watch some more racing here at Zolder at nighttime, feel free to watch myself in D2 on Twitch or YouTube, or go watch Sean Paul in D4 on YouTube for more racing action. But either way, it's been fun. We are halfway through the season, just 4 more races to go.
Welcome.
My name is Trey Morgan. I hit the wrong button there. I was joined by Sean Paul, but I will see you all later. Have a good night.
When I was just a new driver, I asked Coach Jeffries, what will I be? Will I be speedy? Will I crash out?